Other interesting culture news, you have Bud Light sales down yet again. I don't know if this is so much news or just the new norm. It's probably the new norm at this point, but nevertheless entertaining as Bud Light continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Or maybe a more apt metaphor would be continue to drink Bud Light, because I would think they're both equally as uncomfortable. So let's dive into the actual fiscal data. Now it looks like sales are down 26.5% for the week ending August 5th. This according to Nielsen data. Now that's for the sales. In terms of the volume for Bud Light is down 29.7%. Wow. And the week prior is 29.3%. And you have a couple of Yahoo analysts who are claiming that these sales they're never going to regain those sales. And I tend to believe that as well. The only thing I could possibly think of is if they actually sold the company back to Billy Busch, who he's the grandson of the original founder of AnheuserBusch, who is the parent company with Bud Light, Budweiser, and 57. Oh no, wait. Not only about 48 brands, because he had to sell a bunch off. Now, that would be the only logical thing I could think of to change the public perception, because then it would be, again, headquartered in the United States, family owned. Because right now, they have a U.S. headquarters for Anheuser-Busch, but the global company is InBev, is Anheuser-Busch InBev. That's headquartered over in Belgium, which, don't get me wrong, they make great waffles, great guns. Fabrique Nationale is a great company, don't get me wrong. Also known as FN. If you don't know what that is, that's like driving a stick shift and shooting an FN are perhaps one of the most fun you could have, I'd say. It's up there. I highly recommend both. Obviously, if you're of legal age and you can participate in the great American freedom as firearms ownership and participation. Or you live in a state that allows it. That's unfortunately states are kind of banning that because they don't like the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. But I digress. I think we're going to see more and more of those sales falling precipitously for Bud Light. And again, this just further shows I don't believe that poll where they say they're winning boycotters back. Because I just don't see it. Anecdotally speaking, in terms of what I see at the store when I go to the big box mart, I've seen the Bud Light sales be about the same in terms of when I'm looking at the shelves, and I do a little, every 2 weeks when I go grocery shopping, I'll take a Sharpie, I'll put a dot on a can, or the case. Some might say I'm a rebel without a cause. I've been called that before. And I can't help but notice 2 weeks later it's still there, which in retail is almost unheard of in terms of failing, in terms of moving a product. But it'll be interesting to see. Time shall tell. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. We're trying to get again to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August, so you can click that button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, take the time to like and comment. That greatly helps out the channel. The feedback is also invaluable, whether it's giving your evidence or your experiences beyond the topics we cover, or just critical feedback on how I can make the show better. It's always appreciated. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.